This is how lully and docile black people are. I saw this coming 2 years ago when it was first announced that they were going to tear down the flea market on 183rd, Carol Mart, right, and build a shopping plaza with white-owned businesses. I knew about that 2 years ago. So they just did the demolition yesterday, which I was out of town. They tore down the 183rd Flea Market, which is in Miami Gardens, predominantly black city, for those who don't know. It is the largest population of African Americans in the state of Florida. All right, Miami Gardens. That's my city. So they tore down this shopping. They tore down the landmark, which is an eyesore, Carol Mart, and you go into that place when it was there. What's the word to describe it? Ghetto, hood. Majority of the booths there are owned by non-black people, Asians, or people classified as Middle East or Asia Minor, whatever the case may be. But they tore that down, and now they're building a shopping plaza that was first announced. Like I said, I knew about it 2 years ago, but they're going to build a shopping plaza with white-owned businesses. Nobody pushed for any kind of incentives for black-owned businesses to be there so we can circulate our dollar or run our own community. I mean, we live in a quote-unquote black community, right? A predominantly black city, right? So I'm going to further talk about this family before I continue on my commentary. If you're new to this channel and tuning in for the first time, once again, my name is Chauncey, aka the Black Separatist. On this channel, I talk about counter racism, and I also talk about issues that affect black people collectively as a group. All right. So if you agree with that ideology, please subscribe to this channel. All right. If you don't agree with that ideology of replacing this broken system of racism, white supremacy with a system of justice, all right, subscribe to my channel anyway, so you can hate, watch, and troll and live out your fantasies for 2017. Because at the end of the day, those type of people are just view counts and statistics. Anyway, family, enough of the promo. So they did the demolition of Carol Mart yesterday. This is the article I'm talking about right here. All right. And they're building out a shopping plaza, which is right here. These are the white-owned businesses that they're building out. A Ross, Marshalls, City Trends, DD Discounts, Burlington Coat Factory. We know there's going to be a whole bunch of black workers there working for a non-black owned business. But again, where was the push for making sure black people have some kind of incentive, or black people were notified about having a black owned business developed here, right? There was no push. I didn't see no protests. I didn't see nothing. Just docile black people just accepting what this is, the gentrification of Miami Gardens. All right. We saw this coming, right? Miami Gardens is trying to be the destination spot for tourists because of the renovation of Hard Rock Stadium, where Stephen Ross, the billionaire owner of the Miami Dolphins, spent his own damn money, $500 million, to renovate Hard Rock Stadium. For a kickback, for an incentive, the county said, well, we'll give you a tax break, and we'll also make sure that whenever you have an event, a major event, all right, we'll do some special things for that event for the county, right? So those are the things that you have to understand when it comes to white supremacist politics. All right. And, like I said, I live in Miami Gardens. I voted for Mayor Oliver Gilbert, who is the mayor of Miami Gardens. I did. I voted for him. Right. I met with him. I had meetings with him, et cetera, et cetera. But you got to understand that why this happened, why that the development and the tearing down of Carol Mart, which again was an eyesore. And this is what Carol Mart is known for, basically. It's known for stuff like this. Okay? Y'all know what this is. Everyday hustling. You see the Carol Mart right here. It's known for that. Okay? We know that when you're dealing with black people living in a predominant black city with a black mayor, black police force, et cetera, when multi-billion-dollar corporations and a developer come to you with an idea, we want to build here in your city to create jobs, right? And we're going to give you incentive if you let us do that. All right? They're going to accept. There's no other offers out there on the table from any black real estate developers coming to the table to make sure there's black businesses, you know, and the black dollar is circulated with our own community. Nobody came to Mayor Oliver Gilbert or Dade County for that. So therefore, that's the end result you have right here, family. All right. See, this is right here. This is, like I said, this is a black city. And you guys see right here, these people right here represent our city. Okay. There's Mayor Oliver Gilbert right there. And there's the rest of the city councilmen within the city of Miami Gardens. Okay. But again, in order for you to understand why this happened, it's because we, black people, collectively as a group, did not come forward with a solution to ensure black businesses were going to help generate wealth within our community. If we got all this so-called spending power of, $1.3 trillion, that's going to be, escalated to increase for year 2020. Black millennials have so-called spending power of over $135 billion. Why couldn't we come forward together collectively as a group and say, we want some black businesses to be built in Miami Gardens when you guys are renovating this shopping center in our city? Why? Because most black people still suffer from cognitive dissonance and Stockholm syndrome. In other words, we're misguided, we're miseducated about our oppressor and how to deal with systematic oppression, aka white supremacy, and what to do to combat it. We just don't know. We just don't know. So Miami Gardens is going to continue to be gentrified. All right. You're not going to see these shootouts. You're not going to see these rap videos. You're not going to see guys like this standing in front of Carol Mart. All right. None of that's going to happen. All right. Once that's built, it's going to there's going to be a heavy security and police presence. They're going to make sure that thing is kept well, because a lot of money is invested into that property, and you damn sure don't want to scare off your tourists that come there for Super Bowl 54. That's going to be happening in the year 2020. All right. They want to make sure Miami Gardens is a tourist city. So they're investing a lot of money in renovating and making sure the city looks good for tourists. But again, there's no incentives for black businesses. The black dollar is not circulating in my city because none of us are coming forward with a plan or idea to do so collectively as a group. All right. So it is what it is, family. We have to come together. It can't just be 10 like-minded people, 100 like-minded people. We need literally everybody to think on the same page. All right? And come up with a plan to ensure that a black business or black businesses are, first of all, are implanted in the city and are under the umbrella of the tourist so-called renovation of Miami Gardens to make sure the black dollar is circulating. We have to come together collectively as like-minded individuals with the plan, and we're not doing that. All right? Just that simple. We're not doing that. So it is what it is, family. They tore it down, and as the end result, these are the businesses that are going to happen, and they plan on opening this shopping plaza next year in 2018 with all these white-owned businesses with a whole bunch of black workers. All right? And as you can see, this is the real estate development group that is not black-owned. Okay? So it is what it is, family. The end of that is gone, and this is here right now. Gardens Promenade. All right, family. So if you live in the city or anywhere in South Florida, let me know what you guys think about this particular plan of the shopping plaza. Again, you got to understand how corporate multi-billion-dollar white-owned businesses have the power because they have the money and they have the economics to create jobs, while black people collectively as a group, we have a whole bunch of great ideas, but we don't have the like-minded wherewithal to come together and say, hey, this is our plan. We want you to make sure there's black-owned businesses in this development plan when you're trying to build a shopping plaza. We did not come with that plan, family. So anyway, family, leave your thoughts down below about what you guys think. And just let me hear your thoughts, family. All right? So this is Chauncey, a.k.a. the Black Separatist, signing out. Peace.